Yo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy SaydogVlogs back with another video here today, and I'm going to be predicting the Euro 2024. Yes, I'll be giving my predictions today on who I think is going to win. And yeah, let's get straight into it. First, we have Group A with Germany, Hungary, Scotland, and Switzerland. I think Germany's going to top this group. They're obviously hosting the tournament. I think the likes of Musiala is going to have a breakout tournament. He can dribble really well, just about in terms of producing and the end product of terms of finishing. In second place, I got Switzerland. I think Switzerland's a really competitive team every year. They always, I think, like finish second in the group, and unfortunately would lose in the round of 16 straight after. But Switzerland have a solid side. The likes of Ricardo Rodriguez is still playing, which I found fascinating because I feel like he's been there for a minute now. I think Hungary's going to finish third. I think they had a pretty good Euro back in 2016 where they actually topped the group with, I think, Portugal in it, but then ended up losing pretty early on after topping their group, unfortunately. Yeah, I think they'll finish third. And then, unfortunately, I've seen a lot of edits with Scotland, with Andrew Robertson and John McGinn. They're actually pretty funny, but I think they'll end up finishing fourth in this one. Next, we have Group B, which is considered the group of death, with Albania, Croatia, Italy, and Spain. I think Spain's going to top this group. I think my boy Lamine Yamal is going to show out during this tournament. I think the balance of Pedri and Rodri in the midfield, along with probably Fermin Lopez, is going to be pretty solid as well. Yeah, I just think Lamine Yamal is going to show out this tournament. I think Spain are going to top this group, even though they might draw against Italy or Croatia, but I think they're going to still finish on top. Second, I got Italy. I just think they have a lot of aura in the Euros, straight up. The likes of Chiesa's back, DeMarco. I think they'll finish second in this group personally. Croatia will finish third just because of their aging side. And then Albania obviously is not going to win a single game unless they shock the world, honestly, and find a way to get a result against any of these three really like powerhouses. Croatia's really shown that they can make a deep run in these big tournaments in the previous two World Cups and the Euros, but I just don't think they have enough quality this time around to finish top two in the group, but I think they'll make it out as a third place team. Next, we have Group C with the big dog England, who I think will finish first. And I think they have too much quality in their side. Yeah, all around Bellingham, Foden had really incredible seasons, and I think they'll be stars of this tournament. Next, we got Denmark coming in second for me. They always have a solid team. They made the semifinals in the last Euros. They're probably going to struggle some more. I know the last World Cup, they did not do well, unfortunately, losing to Australia, which was a huge disappointment, and not making out in the group with France, and obviously getting unlucky in the game against France with Mbappe scoring a last-minute goal. And then we got Serbia finishing third for me, and then Slovenia fourth. I think Serbia is always a toss-up. I had them second in the World Cup groups, I think with Brazil and Switzerland ended up finishing second. Serbia is always a toss-up for me, but I think they'll finish third. And then Slovenia obviously will be finishing fourth in my eyes. I just don't think they're going to be competitive in this group at all. Next, we have Group D with the likes of France, Austria, Netherlands, and Poland. I think France is a god squad, just to be honest with you guys. They're stacked in every single position. I think Kylian Mbappe, after losing the World Cup in heartbreak to Messi in Argentina, is going to, want to prove that he's the best player in the world right now, along with Vinicius Jr. So I think he's going to show out this tournament and prove why he's probably the best player in the world in my eyes, at least. Next and second, I got Netherlands. They always make a deep run in these tournaments, obviously the Euros and the World Cup, but they're always like a quarterfinal team in my eyes, or a semifinal team, but then they end up losing. They haven't really won anything over my lifetime. I don't see them winning this tournament either, like I'll show you later on in my predictions, but I think they'll finish second in this group pretty comfortably, just losing to France and then obviously beating these two teams. Now moving on to Australia and Poland. I think Poland will finish third. This is a toss-up for me. I don't know which side is better, if I'm honest with you. This game I could also see being a draw and then them both losing to France and Netherlands. Honestly, not sure. I think Lewandowski maybe score a pen and then beat Austria 1-0 or something. But yeah, this is honestly a toss-up in my eyes. Moving on to Group E, we got Belgium, Romania, Slovakia, and Ukraine. I got Belgium topping this group pretty comfortably. I think Kevin De Bruyne will have a good tournament. The likes of Doku had a good season at Manchester City, and Lukaku be too much in this group with three really unproven teams. I think Ukraine will finish second. The players I can name their squad are like Dobvik, if I'm saying that properly, from the Girona striker. He scored a lot of goals in La Liga this year. Maybe he'll have a good tournament, but I'm honestly not sure. I think Slovakia will finish third, then Romania fourth. I'm not really aware about these two teams. I'm not sure if what kind of quality they have. But I think maybe this game could be a draw, so then I wouldn't see them coming out the groups at all. Next, we got Group F. Portugal is going to top this group for me. The likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Bernardo Silva, both João Felix, João Cancelo are going to have good tournaments. Felix probably off the bench though. Still think he can contribute to this Portugal team. Yeah, then we got Turkey finishing second, Czech finishing third, Georgia finishing fourth. I'm not too familiar with any of these squads. I think Turkey's a pretty decent side, so I think they'll finish second. And then Czech with the likes of Patrick Schick is probably the only player I can name. Obviously doing really well with Leverkusen, almost having an undefeated season, but unfortunately losing to Atalanta in the Europa League was a huge disappointment, but still had a really good year, obviously, and maybe he'll turn up for Czech, but I'm honestly not sure. And then Georgia, I don't see winning a single game in this group. Now, moving on to the third place teams. The FootMob's calling it the lucky losers. I'm just going to comment. I just don't really like this third place system with the Euros. I just feel like they should just add more teams, in my humble opinion. But yeah, let's get into this now. We got Croatia making it. I think Hungary is also going to make it. I think they're going to get a point maybe out of either Switzerland or Germany potentially. And then Czech and Serbia in my eyes. I think Poland's going to maybe have a tough game against Austria. So I don't know how many goals they'll win by in that game. And I think Slovakia is going to maybe even draw Romania. So I'm not sure. Yeah, this is what I got in terms of FootMob's calling the lucky losers, but the third place teams that will advance to the round of 16. Now we have the round of 16, the knockout rounds. First, we got Spain versus Hungary. Straight up, I got Spain. Too much quality over Hungary. I think Hungary could be a dark horse in this tournament. They could take out the likes of Spain, honestly. Who knows? Yeah, they would be my dark horse, but I think Spain just still has too much quality. I think all the big sides still just have too much firepower this year to really lose out early. Next, we got Germany-Denmark. I got Germany, the home side. I just think they have a really good squad. I think Nagelsmann is going to be a better coach for Germany than maybe Hansi Flick did in the World Cup. Yeah, I think the re-addition of Toni Kroos is going to be an influential add for Germany in terms of balancing that midfield out. Next, we got Portugal-Serbia. I got Portugal. I just think they have too much talent this time around. The only issue I have with Portugal's side is maybe the pace and the center backs, but I think they'll figure out a way to cope with that. Next, we got Netherlands-Ukraine. I think Netherlands can comfortably take this game. Frankie de Jong, Van Dijk, and then maybe not too much firepower up top, but I think Memphis Depay could get the job done, obviously against a side like Ukraine. Next, we have Belgium versus Croatia. This is obviously going to be a great game. They face each other in the 2022 World Cup in the group stages, with Croatia and Morocco making out the group, and Belgium missing out along with Canada. But I think in this time around, I think Belgium's going to find a way to get it done. I just think Croatia's side is aging. Modric is past his prime, and I don't know how Kovacic will perform. Guardiola maybe will have a good tournament. Obviously, that would only be for 3 games, and then obviously losing out in this 4th one to Belgium in my eyes. Next, we have France versus Turkey. Straight up France. Just too much firepower. I don't see Turkey really competing with them, maybe unless they park the bus and try to get something on the counter going. But it's going to be extremely difficult against a France side that's just all around stacked. Next, we have England, Czech. England, again, too much firepower all around. Just a really stacked squad. The only question mark would be that center back next to John Stones. I think the likes of Mark Gahey and Lewis Dunk are in the squad, and they're obviously unproven, so it's going to be interesting to see how Southgate deals with that. Finally, Switzerland versus Italy. I think Italy will prove they have aura in the Euros and that they turn up in the Euros. They don't make the World Cup, but when the Euros comes around, they become a different team, honestly. Yeah, I think Switzerland has an okay side. I think Granit Xhaka is still on the team. Obviously did well with Leverkusen, but I don't see them really being a threat to an Italian side that could easily top that Group B in my eyes, along with Spain. Next, we have the quarterfinals, and this is where I think things are going to get juicy in terms of the matchups. First, we got Spain versus Germany. That's going to be an incredible game. I got Germany coming out on top. I still think Spain is a young side. I don't know if the likes of Lamine Yamal is, maybe mature enough yet to, take on that, superstar role for Spain and almost carry them, because I think their back line is a bit lackluster. Their midfield's obviously really good with Pedri, Rodri, and then who's going to start in that left center mid role or other midfield position is going to be interesting to see. I think Fermin might get the nod, but we'll see. But I still think that Germany has a more experienced side all around, and I think Musiala will take over in this game. Next, we have Portugal, Netherlands, another great game. I see Portugal coming out on top. Yeah, I just think they don't have enough firepower up top. The likes of Memphis Depay, he's obviously a good player, but I just don't think he'll be that much of a threat to Portugal's defenders, even though Portugal's backline's a little bit slow, I would say, in terms of Pepe, Ruben Diaz, but I don't think that'll be that much of an issue. And yeah, I think the likes of Bernardo Silva is going to have a fantastic tournament in my eyes. I think he's a great player. Next, France Belgium, another great game. Yeah, I think France is going to take this game pretty comfortably. I think Belgium doesn't have enough quality in the back line, and I think France's all around firepower in terms of their whole squad. Honestly, it's just so stacked. Like France just has like Kamavinga, Chouameni, Kante, Rabiot. Like that's like four midfielders that all could be playing along with Griezmann in front of them as a cam. I just think that it's just too much quality, honestly, for Belgium. And Belgium's side is not their golden age as people called it before, and they obviously didn't win anything. So I don't see this Belgian side taking on France. Honestly, with this quarterfinals result for Belgium, I think it's solid. I don't think it's that bad after getting grouped in the World Cup, but yeah, we'll see how it turns out. Finally, we have England versus Italy, a rematch of the previous Euros. I think England's going to turn around this time and show Italy their quality and obviously prove that they are the better side. But yeah, I think their overall side has gotten tremendously better. I think the likes of Bellingham and Foden have, broken out officially and are going to prove to be superstars in this matchup. Next, we have the semifinals. Germany versus Portugal and France versus England. First, with Germany versus Portugal, I got Portugal winning this game. Yes, Germany is obviously the home team in this Euros. I just think Portugal has a better squad all around. I think Germany still have just been struggling, and obviously getting grouped at the World Cup is obviously not great. I just think that they don't have that just cohesiveness in the team. I think the midfield balance is still a question mark with the likes of Musiala, Wirtz, Cruz, Gundogan, Sané. I just think they don't have a proper balance in the midfield. I think they're going to be too attacking. I think right now, me and my brother projected for Germany. Yeah, shout out cameraman Arjun. He's a Germany fan, but we're projecting like a Pascal Gross starting and then Gundogan at the cam with Musiala and Sané, and then Wirtz obviously off the bench. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out. I think Portugal will find a way to get it done this tournament. I think they're going to come with vengeance. Next, we have France versus England. Oh my God, I wish this was going to be a final. I think this is the final we all deserve. I think they both have the best overall quality in both sides. The likes of Mbappe might not even have an influential role in this game. I think it might be the likes of like Kante, Griezmann, midfielder maybe scoring a goal this game. I see France taking this one. Unfortunately, football is not coming home for England even this time around. I just think Southgate's not a great coach, and obviously question mark at center back is something that still concerns me with Mark Gay as a starter. I haven't watched that much Crystal Palace, to be honest, so I don't know if he's maybe just a stud, but we're going to see, because I think if he forms that partnership with him and Stones, it's going to be interesting to see if maybe the likes of Kylian Mbappe can just exploit that, in all honesty. I'm surprised Maguire didn't make the squad. I heard he has an injury, but I think him and Stones as a partnership was really strong, especially for England. Obviously, I don't think Harry Maguire plays that well for United at all, but for England, he always turned up. That void is going to be interesting to see in terms of how England can cover that up. France's overall quality is just stacked all around. They don't have nothing to worry about if somebody gets hurt, maybe besides Mbappe because that's their superstar. But I think France is the GOAT squad in this tournament. They're just too stacked for really anyone to compete. Maybe England obviously is going to make this a close game. This is a rematch of the World Cup quarterfinals where France got the better of England with the Chouameni long shot and Kane missing the pen. Yeah, we'll see how this turns out, but I think France is the overall better side, unfortunately, and I think they are going to show that they're better than England in this matchup. Finally, now we have the final of Portugal versus France. Yeah, I think this is going to be a great final. Obviously, a rematch of the 2016 Euros with Portugal and France. Ronaldo getting injured early on, and then Adair scoring in extra time to win the Euros for Portugal and have Ronaldo lift that first international trophy for himself. But unfortunately, I think Kylian Mbappe and France are on a revenge tour after losing the World Cup in heartbreak. I just think there's too much quality in that France side as well for them to be losing to any team, especially maybe if it goes to pens, this could be a different result and Portugal could take it. But I think France just has a strong side all around and they are going to be the clear favorites for this tournament. I think the winner of that France-England matchup in the semis, whoever wins that will probably win the Euros in my eyes. That's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and also leave a comment down below who you think is going to win the Euros this year. I obviously got France versus Portugal in my final, with France coming out on top. Let me know if you think I have a lack of ball knowledge down below. I think I have a pretty good ball knowledge, if I'm honest. This has been your boy SaydogVlogs, and I'm out. Peace.